here is a fan of Disney? If you answered yes, then get prepared to have your life flipped upside down, because these theories are mind-blowing. From WALLE being an evil killing machine to the truth behind Bing Bong's death. Let's talk about this and more only in today's video. Top 10 Scary Disney Movie Theories, Part 6. Starting off this countdown, we have the hallucinations. For this theory, let's take a look at the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Poor Quasimodo has one of the saddest stories out there. His mom was killed by Frollo when he was just a baby. Then Frollo took him and locked him away for years. He was also shunned and made fun of by the public because of his appearance. Now, theory goes that the 3 talking gargoyles that we see in the movie are all actually hallucinations. Quasimodo made them up in his head so that he would have some friends to talk to. I mean, being locked away for years with no human interaction besides one man would drive anyone insane. In our 9th spot, we have Snow Tangled. And if you guys are liking this video so far, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up, because it really helps us out. Some fans have pointed out that the evil queen from Snow White looks a lot like Mother Gothel from Tangled. So theory goes that she didn't die at the end of Snow White. I mean, we didn't see her dead body, meaning that she could have survived. She then went on to track down that magical flower to stay young forever. I mean, this kind of makes sense. I mean, both the Evil Queen and Mother Gothel are vain and obsessed with their appearance. Also, they both have 2 very similar looking daggers. Either they like to shop at the same sword place, or they are the same person. Dun dun dun! Coming in at number 8, we have WALLE the Killer. WALLE from WALL-E is such a cute, innocent robot, right? Well, wrong. He's not, and I'm here to tell you why. Theory goes that the reason why WALL-E is the only robot left on Earth is because he killed off all the other robots. Like, come on, how is it that out of everyone, he managed to survive? Not only that, this theory gets darker when it suggests that he used the parts of his dead robot friends to keep him alive. That is hella creepy. I can never look at WALL-E the same. You see those big eyes? Yeah, those are the eyes of a killer. Moving on to number 7, we have The Last of Rex. Here we have another theory involving the film WALL-E. So if you pay close attention, you can see that Rex from Toy Story makes a cameo in this film. In one scene, we see him in the background among WALL-E's collection of human junk. This seems like a fun little Easter egg. But if you really think about it, it's quite depressing. This means that Rex is all alone in a world that has been completely destroyed. All his friends are dead. He most likely witnessed all of them die in front of him. He is now alone, isolated, and unloved. And as we know from all the Toy Story movies, loneliness really gets to these sentient toys. It destroys them. Rex is probably so anxious and depressed now. And if we link this to the last theory, then he's being held captive by a crazy killer robot. Poor Rex. Someone needs to come to his rescue. In our 6th spot, we have The Big Metaphor. This one is absolutely crazy. This theory was presented by film critic Jordan Hoffman. So basically, he believes that Toy Story 3 is a metaphor for the Holocaust. I told you, it was a crazy one. So let's take a look at the facts to this theory. For starters, and I quote, "The toys spend a chunk of the film expressing hopes to hide away from the realities of the changing world in a dusty attic. Some have thought that this is a reference to Anne Frank hiding away in her attic. Then in the movie, the toys get sent to Sunnyside Daycare. People have made the connection that this is the movie's concentration camp. Lotso Huggin' Bear would be the dictator. The scariest thing of all, though, is towards the end of the film when the toys are almost burned alive in the incinerator. Again, another dark connection to the violent deaths many Jewish people sadly met. Obviously, this was not Disney's intention, but I can no longer look at this movie the same. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with The Monster. I think we can all agree that Bing Bong's death in Inside Out was extremely sad. It had adults all over the world weeping. So theory goes that Bing Bong was actually a scare monster from Monsters, Inc. Riley was a child that he visited when she was younger, just like how Sully visited Boo. If this is true, then it means that Bing Bong in the film was just a memory from her childhood. So in the end, he really didn't die, but just the memory of him did. Most likely, this is because she's growing up. I mean, this theory makes everything a little less sad, but still, it's so dark. Coming in at number 4, we have the Evil Corporation. In WALLE, we see that Earth is no longer fit for humans. It's completely polluted and destroyed. Well, fans began to question how this came to be in the first place. Sure, humans are to blame, but this theory suggests that something more sinister is going on. Theory goes that the corporation, by and large, are to blame for this. In the movie, this is the space program that takes all the humans to space. According to the theory, the by and large corporation purposely destroyed Earth so that they can become a mega corporation and have the power to control all humans forever. In our third spot, we have the Little Mermaid. So theory goes that each of King Triton's daughters represent one of the 7 seas, and he has 7 daughters. How fitting. So Ariel's hair is red, so she represents the Red Sea. Alana has black hair, so she represents the Black Sea. Adela is the Mediterranean Sea, since she has a romantic personality, so on and so on. It's a pretty cool theory, but it gets twisted when someone pointed out that Ariel's mother represents the Dead Sea. Too far. They went too far with that one. In our second spot, we have the Psycho. For this one, let's take a look at Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Sure, Snow White and her prince lived happily ever after, but she legit married a psycho. Let me explain. For this theory, let's take a look at the original version of Snow White called Snowdrop. In this version, Snowdrop chokes on a piece of the evil queen's apple and dies. The dwarfs then place her in a glass coffin. Then the prince sees her body in the coffin and asks the dwarves if he can have her corpse. Yeah, what is that all about? The dwarves obviously say no because that is super weird and whack, so he just steals her body instead. Not to worry guys though, as he's stealing her body, the apple dislodges from her throat and she wakes up. But you can only imagine what he would have done to her dead body. And in our number 1 spot, we have Dopey and Geppetto. Someone has come up with a theory that Dopey from Snow White and Geppetto from Pinocchio are the same person. Obviously, Geppetto is Dopey all grown up. So theory goes that there were only ever 6 dwarves. One day they found a young child alone in the woods and thought he was a dwarf. So they brought him in. This is also why Dopey is so dopey. He's just a young child and doesn't know any better. Sadly, Dopey was raised in an abusive household, and his parents left him out in the woods, completely abandoned. Sadly, life wasn't easy for Dopey. Soon, the dwarves abandoned him after he started to grow. Years later, he built his own home in Italy. Where do you think he learned how to build? The dwarves, of course. Now, if you pay close attention, Geppetto has some pretty interesting clocks that he has made. All are based off of his childhood trauma. One clock, we see a mother smacking her child. The next, we see a drunk man. And in another, we see a turkey almost get decapitated. Meaning, as a child, his father was a drunk, his mother beat him, and the turkey symbolizes the number of times he almost got killed. Poor Geppetto. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these theories shocked you the most. And now let's move on to our comment shout-out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video, top 10 Disney child stars that are blacklisted. Melanie Smith commented, I love your new channel, Peach. It's just so raw and personal feeling. Get that spotlight, girl. Thank you so much. If you guys didn't know, I have a new channel. It is called Peach. So go check it out. It's really fun. So come on guys, check it out. Mr. Nobody commented, I just subscribed to Peach. Woo! And I used to have a crush on Twitty from Even Stevens. Same. The golden locks. Woo! Jasmine Jazalyn commented, Lynn, is it okay if I call you that for short? I think you and Oliver would have made a cute couple. LOL, seriously. I mean, you already called me that. That's fine. Whatever. I prefer Lynn's, but whatever. Lynn is fine. Whatever. Oliver from Hannah Montana, Mitchell Musso, oh my god, can't say his name. Mitchell Musso? Yeah, I used to have a crush on him, so maybe we're meant to be. Mitchell, if you're watching this, hit me up, slide into those DMs. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya. Don't you love how I'm wearing a nice top and sweatpants on the bottom? Yeah, me too. Love it. Also, my finger is bleeding, but the show must go on. So we're going to ignore that.